Do you ever wonder why sometimes everything in life feels really hard, like nothing is going the way you hoped? Please listen to this story carefully. One morning, a kind and gentle old monk sat quietly under a tree when a young man came to visit him. The young man looked very sad. His clothes were messy, his eyes were red from crying, and he walked with his head down. He sat in front of the monk and said in a soft voice, "I feel like my whole life is broken. I try so many things. I work hard. I look for jobs. I dream big dreams. But nothing works. Everything I try fails. Everyone around me is doing well and moving forward. But I feel like I'm stuck in the same sad place. I pray to God, but I feel like God doesn't listen anymore. Maybe God has forgotten me." The monk listened quietly. He didn't interrupt or say anything until the young man finished talking. Then, with a soft and peaceful voice, the monk smiled and said, "My child, let me tell you a story. It's a story that can help you understand something very important about life and about God's plans." The young man nodded, so the monk began. A long time ago, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and peaceful trees, there lived an old farmer. This farmer didn't have a big house or lots of money, and he had no wife or children. But he had one special friend, a donkey named Ramu. Ramu was old, but he was very strong and helpful. Every day, Ramu helped the farmer carry heavy things, pull the cart, and do work in the fields. The farmer loved Ramu very much. One day, the farmer was digging a deep hole in the ground to make a new well. While he was away for a moment, Ramu walked near the hole, didn't see it, and fell inside. The farmer heard a loud sound and ran back. He saw Ramu trapped at the bottom of the deep hole. He panicked and called all the villagers. They brought ropes and sticks and tried to pull Ramu out, but nothing worked. The hole was too deep, and poor Ramu was too heavy. After trying for many hours, the farmer became very sad. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Maybe there is nothing we can do. I love Ramu, but I can't let him suffer down there. Let's just cover the hole. Maybe that will be kinder." The villagers didn't want to, but they agreed. So they started to throw dirt into the hole. At first, Ramu cried loudly. He was scared and confused. But then, something very surprising happened. With every pile of dirt that landed on his back, Ramu didn't just sit there. Instead, he shook the dirt off and stepped up. Dirt fell again. Ramu shook it off and stepped up again. Again and again, he kept doing this. Dirt, shake, step. Dirt, shake, step. Slowly, the hole began to fill, and Ramu began to rise. The villagers couldn't believe what they were seeing. The very dirt that was supposed to bury him was helping him climb out. After some time, Ramu reached the top and walked out of the hole, dirty, tired, but alive and free. The villagers clapped, and the farmer hugged Ramu with tears of joy. The monk looked at the young man and said, "Do you understand, my child? Sometimes life feels like that hole. You feel stuck. You feel like everyone is giving up on you. You feel like life is throwing dirt at you. Sadness, pain, failure, and problems. But if you keep going, if you don't give up, if you shake it off and take one step at a time, just like Ramu, you will rise. You will come out stronger." The young man was quiet. He didn't say anything, but his heart felt lighter. He looked up and said, Maybe God hasn't forgotten me after all." The monk smiled and nodded. "No, my child, God never forgets anyone. Sometimes the hard times are part of His plan to help you grow stronger. Just because you don't see the answer now doesn't mean the answer isn't coming. God's plan is still working, even in silence. The young man wiped his tears and smiled for the first time in a long while. Deep inside, he felt a small light of hope shining. And dear child, if you are hearing this story right now, and maybe your life feels a little hard, or you feel a little sad, don't give up. Just remember the story of Ramu the donkey. Shake off the dirt, step up, keep going. You are not alone. God is still with you, and He has a beautiful plan for your life, even if you can't see it yet. If this story made you feel a little better, even just a little, please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We share more kind and helpful stories like this one to make people feel strong, brave, and full of hope again. And maybe, just maybe, you can share this story with a friend who feels like they are in a hole too, because your kindness might help them rise, just like Ramu. Thank you for watching.